Good morning, Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms. Glad y'all are watching. Already got a few things done this morning. Got the bulls fed, got the horses up and fed. Been working on cleaning up. We have a birthday party this afternoon. The little girl just turned 8, so I'm gonna do a barn party. So I got a lot of cleanup I need to do. We gotta get our regular chores done first, check on all the animals. Appreciate y'all watching. Give us a thumbs up if you don't mind. Take a split second. Subscribe if you haven't, but let's go. So yeah, you can see the barn, it's just, we've letting it get junk, weeds grow up. You know, when you see it every day, you don't notice it's bad. And I'm like, yeah, this does look kind of bad. This is long overdue. Spring cleaning, birthday party's a good excuse to do it. Get the trailer out of the way. We never unhooked the trailer after we hauled those steers last week. Got to haul the last two here in another 2 days. So we're just gonna go ahead and back the trailer up. It'll be ready to go. We shouldn't need this truck for anything else between now and then. Well, look, I had a little friend waiting for me in the truck. Whoa. All right. It's a certified wasp killing pen. Yeah, they've been out everywhere. It was mid-80s yesterday. I think it'll be in mid-80s again today. I think it's gonna rain tonight and cool back off next week because, hey, we can't have it all. But yeah, with those warmer temperatures, wasps have been everywhere. So a little two birds with one stone action there. Got the truck and trailer out of the way. Also got it backed up here, ready to load out these last two boys here in a little less than 48 hours. So then we'll be done with feeder steers until about Thanksgiving or so. But we're gonna keep the old Jersey Brahma cross for myself and for some of my family to eat. Black fella there is going to be sold to somebody for custom beef. And every dad out there knows there's not much more exciting than having a new mower. And we traded in our old snapper about a month ago. I know, kind of jumped the gun. It was well before mowing season. Got us an X-Mark. The yard itself is not totally really in need of a mow because it is all Bermuda, but kind of along the driveway where we got some cool season weeds and whatnot. I don't know, I'm gonna be hesitant to mow around here. May just do more with a trimmer just because I can't have that brand new thing running over like a big brick or anything. But anyway, we're gonna get to try that out if it doesn't rain. Well, looks like this crew must have had a wild night. I fed them early yesterday morning. Looks like things, yeah, got interesting after I left. Here they come. We'll get them some feed out again today after we get bunks flipped back over. So 47 right here at the bunks, but we got a couple more down there. Trying to see, we got some down here in the bottom, some way over there on that furthest ridge in this pasture. One still coming there, so we'll give them a few minutes, see who all else comes up, or then ride around, make a pass. Nice day. Grass is really looking good. It's finally dried up just a bit. We were in a softball tournament yesterday, of course, being a Saturday, but up in more kind of northwest Tennessee. So we about a 100-mile drive. A lot of field work being done up north of us. They must not gotten quite as much rain this past week as we got, but planters being run, everything. So I don't know. I was actually gonna text my cousin, see if they were gonna be able to try to get anything done today, because it looks like tomorrow it's probably gonna rain tonight. So they might have a little window to get a little stuff done today. We'll see. But there's one more. I'll put us at 48. But yeah, we'll ride around and see who all else. Make sure we put eyes on all 65. We did yesterday, so I was happy with that. There's one back here behind us, and then those three put us at 53. And here's 10 more. Go all the way there. Or on this hillside, which You see maybe a couple more up in here. No, that's Sadie. But yeah, that puts us at 63, so yeah. I like to put put eyes on those last two head. There's one more right over there, which means we're one short. Then, yep, Baldy right there. That's he's number 39, but as far as our morning count goes, he's number 65. So the one we were looking for. I guess they just didn't hear me calling. Wind is blowing pretty stout because they're all looking at me like, hey, where the heck's the food? Y'all missed that. I wouldn't even bother with going up there at this point. It's gonna be long gone. A bunch of them were up here in the barn, sure eating mineral when we pulled in, so put a bag in there, it's about empty. The old barn is, yeah, she's about had it. In fact, I would not want to stand under here too long, fear that it's gonna go ahead and fall completely down. But it does provide a semi out of the weather spot to put an old feeder that doesn't have a top on it. So get that bag put out. We're headed back home to do some more cleaning up. Now we're hauling off old junk furniture, farm style. My wife's old, cheap, beat up desk. But yeah, work smarter, not harder, right? Take this back here, put it in the gully. I think she's got a little more for me yet. You know, they were like, well, we can load it up and get the trailer on the back of the side-by-side. Yeah, that would have worked. They're like, heck, I can just drive. I'm not gonna run up the yard. Went up there, picked it up right off the front porch. Away we go. Off into the gully it goes. So there's lots of ways to know when it is springtime, but kind of one of the traditions we have in our household and how we know it's springtime, you know, it's just that time of year, is that we're finally getting the Christmas tree out of the front yard so we can mow for the first time. You know, we do go ahead and get our Christmas decorations down just immediately after Christmas. We're not that level of white trash where we leave them up all year round. But the tree makes it out the front door and into the front yard. That's kind of where it stays until we need to move it so we can mow. So, you know, my wife, you know, kind of thinks it's lazy of me or I'm procrastinating. I tend to think of it as more of a tradition that we know that spring has arrived. So, gonna get that loaded up. So, yeah, the Bermuda's not. We got spots where it could stand a mow, so we're gonna go ahead and test out that X mark. And here's actually a good reason not to haul it off when it's still nice and green. Look there. My daughter's first Christmas, an ornament from her first Christmas. It would have been thrown out with the tree had I not let the tree die where I could see that better before I hauled it off. So yeah, just another good reason why this is a worthwhile tradition. Just about to get the finishing touches on the cleanup, but oh man, it looks so much better. Got all those weeds mowed down and then use the trimmer, the weed eater around the edges. So now what I really need to do is go get the hand sprayer and spray all this so that we don't have to keep doing that all spring and summer long. But we're right back here and check on the cow herd, and that'll be all of our animals will have been checked on for the day. There's the cow herd. Everybody, I say everybody, bulk of them back on this side of the creek. They went across the creek yesterday afternoon, so we're gonna double check. Knock on wood. Since we rescued Nola the other day, nobody else has had an issue getting stuck in the creek, but certainly want to make sure they all get back across here just fine. We'll let them back out here in these bottoms. You'll see extreme eyesore. I mean, if somebody doesn't know anybody, they're like, oh gosh, look at all the beautiful yellow flowers. And I guess if you ignore the fact that that's a noxious weed, it is kind of pretty. But yeah, we're gonna keep watching, seeing how that clover comes back in the pastures we sprayed. But pretty certain next spring, or really like next winter, we will spray for that buttercup or that cimarron, especially if we can do so without sacrificing all this clover. Because a bunch of clover in here, brand new. We just seeded all this last fall. So the grass has come back really strong too since they were last in here. But you can see there's a lot of buttercup out here in these pastures over here that we rent as well. But good news, buttercup is about done its thing. It'll be gone here within another month or so. But yeah, we'll see if we can get them all over here and get a little pasture rotation accomplished. I know when we were rescuing Nola, I'd mentioned woolly bear. You'll see the WB tag there. Stands for woolly bear. Kimber named her that. But actually the exact same age as Nola. I think like 2 days younger actually. Yeah, she grew off, turned into a regular cow as a bottle calf. Nola clearly did not, but we'll check on Nola. All was good with her yesterday. Make sure that is still the case. Young going through there. Fortunately, no one stuck right here. You can still see kind of Nola's imprint there. But we have quite a crowd, including a bunch of the smaller calves still over there. So, do worry about when they do decide to cross, are they going to make it without any trouble? You can see, because this is the other popular spot where they like to come up the creek bank. A muddy mess here as well. There is our girl Nola. Hopefully she's smart enough she's remembering, yeah, it didn't go so well last time. Maybe I won't do it again. You can see that could actually go up and go up right through there. It might be a little better, but yeah, there's just no good way. Like in a perfect world, you don't even let them into the creeks. You got the creek fenced off on each side. And I guess you would have like a culvert where they could have a crossing. Something I would be interested in looking at doing, you know, at some point, just because it's better for the creek and everything and the water runoff. But of course, right where we stand here, we don't own this property. I don't know, you know, how that would work. The property owner would even be wanting to look into that, or even how feasible that would be, if it would make any sense. But yeah, those may just end up staying over there, which will be fine. There's some better spots from across the creek on down through here too, but this is the primary place where they traditionally like to do so. These calves, and then the one potentially angry mama, still hanging out on this side of the creek. I think some of their moms went ahead and crossed. So I don't know. We'll be riding back down here again later on this afternoon to see how this plays out. But yeah, I'd like to get them all moved, and then be a couple weeks, maybe a month or so before we have to worry about bringing them back out here again. Got one pasture I want to look at and see how it's looking as far as that we have not grazed yet this spring. But it's pasture we also, the donkeys and the horses stayed in all winter, and so it didn't have a real good chance to get ahead of them. I've had the horses out of there for a month or so now. But the thing I was probably most looking forward to showing you, but I can't find the calf, is H14 right here did go ahead and calve yesterday, but I don't know where she has her calf hidden. Looks like she has been nourished. Right there. Hey. That was one we were supplementing with a bottle back a few months ago, but yeah, she calved, but I don't know where she has the calf stashed away. Nice little bull calf, which essentially brings us to declare spring calving is over. This was the last of our original cows to calve. There are still 3 that we bought that checked bred on the blood test, but based on when we tested them, they could calve anywhere between now and Labor Day, and so we're not going to count on them being spring calvers. Doubtful that we will keep those cows for another year, just because unless they just hurry up and calve, it'd be just about impossible for them to then get bred back to have a calf next year. So, but we'll see how that goes. May sell them as pairs once they do finally get a baby on the ground. So we have birthday partied, we have t-ball practiced this afternoon, made it back home just here a few minutes before dark. You can see it clouding up, and I was just about to give up on the prospect of showing you the new calf we had born yesterday to that heifer right there, number H14. When I look off over the hill, look, I don't know, you probably still can't even see him. That white face gives him away, but she's a pretty good mama. We do, I don't say we like it, but it is a kind of a good thing, or a common trait where they'll hide a calf, tuck it away. Calf will stay laid down. He knows he does not have any ability to fight or really flight, although he's going to try to flight. No, don't try to go through the fence. We're going to leave him alone. But yes, that's going to be officially what we're going to call our last spring calf. We have the possibility that one of those new cows, I mean, any 3 of them could go anytime. But yeah, that was kind of the last thing I wanted to accomplish. That we wanted to get back here and be sure nobody had trouble crossing the creek, getting stuck in the mud. Nobody did. Nobody's in the mud. Now about half the cows just said, kind of forget it. We ain't even gonna try it. You know, or they didn't want to try to make their calves do it. So they're still out here. You can see on these hillsides. The rest of them just across the fence line out there in the bottom. But we're kind of getting to that point where everything's growing good enough, especially just with half of them. They could exist over here without ever having to move. We don't like that. Obviously, we like the benefits of being able to rotate, really let the pastures recover, move them there. But anyway, we'll make do with what we got. We'll get them across there at some point, and if they happen to all do it, we'll shut the gate behind them. But anyway, getting long-winded. I tend to do that. Apologize. Every now and then I get the comment that you talk too much. Like, well, heck, that's, first off, it's my channel. I'll do whatever I want. Second of all, and I guess I could just show animals for 15 or 20 minutes with no you know, commentary or context. But anyway, it's gonna wrap it up for this one. Do have some exciting stuff coming for the channel. Not ready to announce it yet. Want it to be a little more finalized, but looking forward to that. Something that some of you have reached out and asked about in the past. So keep tuning back in. We're gonna have a lot of just naturally exciting more stuff coming up, with it being springtime of the year and there always being something going on. But thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. Y'all eat beef and God bless.